Welcome back, Financial Issues. I'm Dan Celia. We've got a special guest with us. I want you to tune in, pay attention, listen. We have Cherry Brumberlo, and I was saying it fine before I got on the air. Brumberlo, and she is with us. She is a full-time volunteer with Operation Christmas Child, and the reason why Cherry is with us is because we want to share with you some thoughts and ideas of how you can be a full-time volunteer. You know, as you can imagine, folks, Operation Christmas Child, which we all know we love and so many of you participate in, is not something that they just throw together in the month of November and gets everything running smooth, delivering millions of boxes around the world. This is a year-round effort and work, and Cherry is a part of that. Cherry, welcome.
Thank you, Dan. It's good to be with you this morning.
Well, I'm glad you're with us. Thank you so much. And tell our listeners, what do you do as a full-time volunteer?
All right, my position is area coordinator. So what I do is I work with others in the area to educate people and invite people to be a part of Operation Christmas Child. We have area teams throughout the United States that bring people together that have a heart and a passion for Operation Christmas Child, and we work together to promote it all year long.
So people can, how long have you served year-round, by the way, Cherry?
For a little over 4 years now. I started out serving as the community relations coordinator, and I served in that position for 2 years, and then I've now been an area coordinator for a little over 2 years.
So what are some of the other tasks that Samaritan's Purse is looking for as far as year-round volunteers? What are some of the things that people, and by the way, folks, I'll give this to you a couple times, and we're going to give it to you throughout the week. And these links for you will be on our website. So you'll be able to go to our website and get these and click on these links. Or if you go to SamaritansPurse.org, SamaritansPurse.org/volunteer with OCC. So SamaritansPurse.org/volunteer with OCC, you'll be able to get a whole lot more information if you want to go and do that. Also, it'll be on our website. We'll have that up on. It's up on our website. I'm sorry, right there. As soon as you go on front page, you don't have to do anything. You just click on financialissues.org. And right there on the top right corner, if you click on that Operation Christmas Child volunteer year-round banner there, you'll get the information. So what are some of the things that people could do?
All right, that's a great question. Like I said, we have area teams throughout the United States. And so what we do is we are looking for volunteers that want to work with Operation Christmas Child on a year-round basis. So that's my responsibility, is to look around and find these people that are called by God to be a part of this incredible ministry. And we're looking for people that are willing to go out into the community, into the churches, to work with the college-age students, to talk to them about Operation Christmas Child. So we wouldn't have over 8 million shoebox gifts to pass out in this coming year if it wasn't for the year-round volunteers that are working hard to promote Operation Christmas Child and to educate people on what we are and what we're all about.
And these volunteers are really participating in such a powerful way in proclaiming the gospel of Jesus Christ and fulfilling that great commission, aren't they? This is a way to have hands-on to do that very thing.
That is definitely right. You know, not many of us can jump on an airplane and fly around the world, but there's not anybody I know that couldn't pack a shoebox gift. And those shoe boxes are reaching boys and girls all over the world, as you said, with the gospel message of Jesus Christ. So what we want is more year-round volunteers to help us get the message out. When I became a volunteer 4 years ago, down here on the Gulf Coast area, there were no volunteers. And it's been fascinating for me to watch as we look at the number of shoe boxes that came to our area. back 4 years ago, and then to watch how they've grown over the last 4 years, it's been incredible. And that's all because of volunteers in this area going to the churches, going into the communities and into the schools, and getting the message out that this ministry is here and here's what it's doing. And it's made a huge impact through the volunteers.
Cherry, how many children were received the gospel message in their shoebox last year?
Over 9 million boys and girls
Holy
received
mackerel.
gifts last year.
Wow,
Yes.
9 million. And one of the things that, as a matter of fact, my wife and I have been on a distribution to the southernmost part of Mexico a couple years ago, and giving those shoeboxes out. And what an incredible ministry that this is, because this isn't about just giving a child a shoebox, is it, Cherry?
No, sir. That's an awesome part. And my husband and I had the privilege of going to the island of Barbuda back in November, that was completely destroyed by Hurricane Irma. And all the families are taken to the island of Antigua. And so we were able to go there and distribute shoebox gifts. And something that God just touched my heart about is, bringing them the shoebox gifts brought them such joy. The excitement level was off the charts. But what thrilled my soul is the presentation of the gospel and the follow-up of the discipleship program called The Greatest Journey. And to know that not only did we bring joy for that moment and toys and the excitement, but we offered them joy for eternity through the gospel message of Jesus. And that's why we need more volunteers to help us so we can get more shoe boxes packed, so more boys and girls can be impacted by this wonderful, wonderful ministry.
And I'm always surprised, at least here where I live up in the Northeast, and how many churches are not participating. And so I know for certain that, we need volunteers to get out there year round and tell their church about it. And some of the churches, there's a lot of churches that are, already planning their Christmas concert or planning, their events around Christmas. So great opportunity to get in there now, while a church will have time to pray about it and think about it, and you can say, look, this is what this is all about, and spend some time with them. And this is a great time to volunteer, isn't it?
Yes, it is. We would love to have people come on right here at the beginning of the year. Operation Christmas Child offers amazing training for our volunteers. We truly do invest in every volunteer, so you feel well equipped to go out and do the task that we've asked you to do.
Folks, I always talk about how important this is come Christmas time, but it's so great because this is the first time God has ever used our megaphone here on 650 stations and TV networks to talk about Operation Christmas Child long before Christmas is upon us. And, it is just, I always say that one of the greatest responsibilities we have for stewardship, in 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 1 and 2, Paul's reminding us, you kind of have to read chapter 3 first, but in the beginning of chapter 4, Paul's reminding us now that we understand that we are children of God and we have accepted Christ and we are believers, and I'm really paraphrasing here, so pardon me, but basically Paul's saying now we have a responsibility to be a good steward of the sacred mysteries of God, speaking about the gospel of Jesus Christ. And that is so important in our stewardship, that we first are good stewards of the gospel. And we can't all be, as you said, Cherry, teachers, preachers, pastors, evangelists, and those things, but we can organize a church or a county or other areas to share the gospel of Jesus Christ through these shoeboxes every Christmas. And that's what we're asking people to do. So,
Very well said.
Cherry, we just tell us just one quick story about maybe something that you've experienced as a volunteer.
Okay. Goodness.
I hate to put you on the spot. I probably shouldn't have done that, but especially since we're coming up against
When I first became an area coordinator with Operation Christmas Child, I'll never forget my very first interview. I had a lady that said she was interested in volunteering with Operation Christmas Child, and I remember being so nervous, and then having the interview meeting with her, and then she said, well, what do I do? And I said, you talk about Operation Christmas Child everywhere you go and watch God open doors. Great to hear her testimony just a short time later of how she saw what I meant. She would talk about it, and God would open doors, and these relationships were formed, and we've watched the shoebox numbers grow in an amazing way in our area, just simply by sharing about Operation Christmas Child.
That is incredible. Folks, listen, you can go right now to SamaritansPurse.org, SamaritansPurse.org/volunteer with OCC, volunteer with OCC. So SamaritansPurse.org/volunteer with OCC. If you don't want to, if you didn't get all that, go to our website, financialissues.org, and click. As soon as you go to financialissues.org, you're going to see it right there. Top right-hand corner of the website is a green banner there. It says Operation Christmas Child, year-round volunteer. Click on that, and you'll get all the information you need. And maybe it's just something you need to get the information about so that you can pray over it and pray about it and see how God might lead you. That would be a blessing. Cherry, thank you so much. I sure appreciate your work.
Thank you, Dan. Thanks for the privilege of being with y'all this morning.
You're welcome. Thank you for being with us. Folks, such an important message as we talk all the time about being a good steward of the gospel and all the lives that we've saved in our preborn ministries. Here's a great way to share the gospel. We'll be right back.